In today's Clash Royale video, we're talking about a potentially new card in Clash Royale, the Poison Spirit. We will take a closer look at this card, how this card could work, and if it makes really sense to bring it in. If you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future and want to see always the newest news to Clash Royale updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to use creator code in the shop. And I would say, let's jump to the talk and let's see if the Poison Spirit really makes sense and how should it work. So basically, that's the tweet which Supercell did 1 day ago, or at least when I'm recording this, like almost 1 day ago. Their poster just had a great idea. It's a spirit, but it poisons enemies. Poison spirit. Can't believe nobody thought about this before. So one of like my moderators posted, "Bro, stop thinking about new cards and try to fix Glitch." I had to like it. It was a funny comment. No, so if we talk about spirits in general, we got like the ice spirit, which is kind of similar to freeze. We got the fire spirit, which is similar to fireball. But we also got like the electro spirit, which is similar to the zap or the lightning effect. So kind of like every single big spell got already, I mean, besides a rocket. Do we need a rocket spirit, guys? Let me know in the comment section. But besides like this kind of 4 elixir spells, the poison didn't get one. Didn't get a spirit yet. Fireball got a spirit yet. So I feel like this could be a really good option, right? How could the Poison Spirit work? I think it's kind of easy. When a Poison Spirit jumps, it's gonna like kind of kill the troop, similar to the poison over time. Also makes like the troop itself slower, as a poison does right now. I think they changed it some months ago. So I could personally think this could be a change. It could be a possibility to bring in a new card in Clash Royale, because also, which we kind of need to take into consideration. So I want to really know your opinion. Do you guys think this could be possible? Do you guys want to see it? Do you guys think it's bad? Because we want to see new cards in Clash Royale. The only cards Supercell were releasing in the last couple of months were champions. So I think Supercell knows that some of you guys, also me, a lot of people want to see new cards coming in Clash Royale and not just champions. I would always like to see more unique cards rather than just bringing like spell spirits in it. But this is what I personally really like. The last couple of months, as I said, they were just like champions released. I think the last real card which got released, I'm not really 100% sure. I think it was Goblin Duel like 1 year ago, even more than 1 year ago. So this could be a possibility. But also, what is really interesting about that is that CR leaks, like a site which is leaking a ton of stuff. That's why my views sometimes get less views, because everybody knows the change already. But he posted this. I know this is you. Hear me out. Rage Spirit. It's a spirit, but it rages friendly troops in a short burst. Was best idea ever. So I mean, it's kind of obvious. People are already like thinking about that, putting the rage spell into Rage Spirit, because the rage spell itself doesn't get too much usage right now. You see it in Sparky. You see it in some Elixir Golem deck, but I personally think it could be really good. Instead of going for the Hawk Heal Spirit, also the Heal Spirit kind of important. I will also talk about that and kind of how this change went back then. Is you can go in for the Hawk plus Rage Spirit. The Rage Spirit jumps on something and then blobs the Rage. Maybe the radius isn't as big as the normal Rage is. Maybe the Rage effect isn't as big as it normally is. But I could personally think this could be like how it works. And then the Rage Spirit like helps the Hawk, right? You get on tower. You're gonna play like Sparky with Rage Spirit. You can play like Rage Spirit, ton of decks, maybe even Balloon Cycle Rage Spirit instead of the Electro Spirit. You play the Rage Spirit. I think this could be really good. Let me know what you guys think, but maybe the Rage Spirit would be too broken. But if you guys don't know, Seth, he responded from that officially from Supercell. I don't really know if he's still working on Supercell. I mean, he's still working on Supercell, but I think he's more focused on Clash Mini and Clash of Clans, or like Clash Quest. I'm not 100% sure though. But he back then was working on Clash Royale, and he said, no lie, this was an idea for reworking Rage, just like Heal Spirit. If you guys don't know, back then when there was like a heal spell coming, or like where Heal Spirit was in Clash Royale, they changed actually the Heal Spirit, because the Heal Spirit they kind of tried to rework it a lot. First, when Heal Spirit came, the heal spell came out, it was completely busted, it was in every single deck, and then they kind of changed it. I think they even made this card to 1 elixir heal spell. If you guys know like more than me, let me know in the comment section. But they really changed it up. So the heal spell back then didn't really work out, so they changed the Heal Spirit. First, when Heal Spirit came out, Heal Spirit was so broken, it made like so many decks better, and it was just generally a fresh feeling to Clash Royale. So this is kind of what he was talking about this. But Rage was meant to be much less satisfying. We didn't want to disable so many fun strategies in casual play that we decided to leave Rage as it is. So that's the kind of main reason. Why they decided to let Rage as it is because of Ebub's Rage and Sparky Rage. So I don't really know why this is fun, Seth. Like, I like you, man. I like you, dude. But like, who the heck has fun playing against Rage decks? I hate that. Witch Rage, Wizard Rage, Evap's Rage in casual play. I would say Rage is one of the most annoying cards, especially in a combination with this overleveled Witches, overleveled Mega Knights, overleveled Wizards. Because in general that already really hard to defend, and if your opponent's just gonna drop a Rage on top of that, I feel like it's even more impossible to defend. So this is kind of the problem I have with this answer, but that's just generally about the Rage Spirit. So yeah, Rage Spirit kind of declined from Supercell, or like kind of declined from Ceph. It means it still could work. I mean, back then in the days, I remember in 2016 and also 2017, they said they will never bring out something like heal effect into the game, and then they brought a heal spell. And also they said they would never bring champions in the game, and they also like heroes back then where we talk about this topic, but they also brought in the game. So maybe they're changing their mind also. I mean, when Ceph was on Supercell or like on Clash Royale, the team, I think it was in 2020, so it's already like 2 years ago. So they might change like the developer team, they might change some guys behind it, so maybe get like a different thinking about the game. So this is always what like you need to take in consideration, right? Like if different people work on a game, for sure, and they have different thoughts about the game, like in which direction they want to go, which cards they want to bring. So this was just like the answer which Ceph has had back there in the days, and his team didn't bring it to the game. So I still think Rage Spirit somehow, some way still could make it to the game, but let's take a closer look at the Poison Spirit. Currently you got 5 cards with just 1 elixir: Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Fire Spirit, and the Heal Spirit. So for sure, as I said like earlier on, the Heal Spirit got changed from the Heal spell. Fire Spirit kind of similar to Fireball, Ice Spirit is kind of similar to Freeze, Electro Spirit kind of similar to Lightning or Zap, and we also for sure got the Skeleton. So if I think like what could like my dream Poison Spirit card, how would I imagine bringing a Poison, not a Poison Spirit into the game? I'm 100% sure, like kind of sure that it's going to be the 1 elixir card, because there's no Spirit right now in the game which costs more than 1 elixir. So generally, if I feel like Supercell is reworking cards or like bringing new cards, new spirits into a game, doesn't matter if it's a new spirit like the Electro Spirit back in the days, or is it or like a rework spirit like a Heal Spirit, they always want to be like a cheap side card. They always want to get like a really specific value on it. So this is what I think. If they bring a Poison Spirit, I think it's going to be 1 elixir, and the question is like how they really balance it. Should be like I feel like if they bring a 1 elixir card, it's always going to be a good card, right? Do I really need this? This is also the question. I feel like if they bring a Poison Spirit in the game, do we still need the Poison, or are they going to rework the Poison and bring a Poison Spirit instead? But I don't really think that's the way, or like the generally like goal from Supercell, because Poison is one of the most balanced cards. I mean, it's not really balanced. I mean, it's a good card, right? Back then when they tried or like they reworked the card, like the Heal spell to the Heal Spirit. Heal spell was one of the worst cards in Clash, so I got the reason. Similar to Rage, if we talk about Rage, but Rage isn't really too good right now if you compare it to the Poison spell. So if I feel like they're bringing really the Poison Spirit into the game, I think it's going to be most likely just a new card without changing the Poison itself. And the question is, would it be too broken, or compared to the Rage Spirit, would it be too broken? Because you can play the Poison Spirit for just 1 elixir, and you get massive value on all the spam units. So is it still gonna kill Skeleton Army instantly? Is it still gonna kill like bats instantly? Is it gonna kill minion horde even at all? Or are they gonna change like all the stuff, all the damage? Because if you play right now a Poison on the Musketeer does, how big is the range? I would say for sure you need to make the range a bit smaller of the Poison Spirit to just not give him too much value for just 1 elixir, and also kind of reduce the damage. I feel like at least 50%. I mean, I kind of get the point that it still could like kill or needs to kill like swarm units, but like bats at example, that you kill instantly bats, similar to the Fire and the Electro Spirit. But I feel like it would be kind of too broken to go in for the Rage Spirit, not for the Rage Spirit, for the Poison Spirit at the bridge at example. And your opponent can't play something into that because it just drops a poison in this sequence, or like just poisoning troops. So this is kind of the question, what the Poison Spirit itself does. Is it just gonna play a poison there, or is it just gonna slow troops in a bigger range for this time? I feel like this is most likely going to play when you play a troop, or like your opponent plays like an example Musketeer, and the Poison Spirit jumps on top of the Musketeer in a smaller range. The Musketeer will not die, hopefully, because I feel like it would be too broken. But also I'm really open for your comments in the comment section, because this is kind of interesting thing. I didn't really think about that. Like, how would they really make it work that it's not the same as Poison, right? Like, it needs to be for sure changed and kind of in a similar way. Worth it to use the Poison Spirit instead of the Poison spell, and still should make the poison spell viable and not like you can use the poison spirit in every single deck. I mean, for one elixir, you don't do anything wrong. You have still a cycle unit. You can just trade cards with it, like mortars, musketeers. It has solid HP. I would say the HP should be similar solid to ice spirit, fire spirit, yeah, electric spirit. It's not gonna get one shot for musketeer, example, that you can still distract it. But the question is, how is it really effective on defense and on offense? How's the poison in general? How much damage the poison will do, and in which kind of range is like the poison spirit doing, or is it just like killing a troop which is like focusing or like jumping on it, example, jumping on top of the musketeer and it just targets the musketeer, even like next to the musketeer there's also another troop, like how big the splash radius is in general, because if you compare to a fire spirit, right, the fire spirit range is actually really insane. So if you play a troop nearby, it's splash on tower, I think everybody has the feeling. So this is kind of question which I'm asking about my poison spirit itself. Supercell didn't give any more information yet on this, but I could possibly think this could be a new change, a new card in general. I'm kind of 1% sure that Drew made this tweet. If you guys didn't know yet, Rick and Max are currently on the Supercell team, on the Clash Royale Supercell dev team, but Rick I think got a child in the last couple of months, so he's going right now home, so he's not currently working, I think like for 2 months or something. I'm not 100% sure. So kind of Drew takes a seat at Clash Royale, and I think it was kind of a typical Drew tweet, so I'm kind of 1% sure Drew did this tweet. So I could think this is a possible change to bring in some fresh stuff to Clash Royale, but this is the final question I'm gonna ask you. Do we need a rage, not a rage spirit, I honestly think we need a rage spirit more than a poison spirit. Do we need a poison spirit? How could the poison spirit work? Or is it really coming, or was it just like an idea from Supercell? Or do you really think they are really bringing a poison spirit in the next couple of months in the game? And do you think it's really a good change, because everybody wants to see new cards? But I would personally, if I go like for my final opinion last couple of seconds in the video, I would prefer to see a card which is kind of new in the game. I don't really want to see the same kind of cards recycled, like even the Skelly King and all the champions, they were kind of similar to other cards, right? So I would like to see a completely fresh new card, not similar to any other card in Clash Royale. If you guys don't want to see If you guys want to see more videos just like that on the channel, make sure to subscribe, and also using creator code Morten in the shop is highly appreciated. I'm so excited to see your comments about this topic. I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching and goodbye, guys.